Yeah. All right. Well, I think I hit start. Let's see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll
Yeah,
have to
it
do
says
this
you're
again next
recording.
weekend. Perfect. We can touch tips. So,
Yay!
yeah. Um. So let's talk about you a little bit. Let's get the people that might watch this knowing about the old Corey Kaufman and his
Oh,
socials and everything
jeez.
else.
Like you want to know where to
That is
follow
loud
me
as
or where to
fuck.
see me at?
That and just a bit of backstory about you, what you've done so far in your life. Not everyone knows you as the TikTok influencer slash heavy duty mechanic slash welder slash comedian slash father slash son slash.
I mean, I'm pretty big time now. But no, I
You're fam.
mean, huh?
I was saying huge time, not big time. Huge time. You made it
Oh yeah,
famous.
I'm trying. I'm really trying my hardest. I don't know. Let's see. Started my mechanical lifetime back in the Marine Corps because I was colorblind, so I couldn't be a MP. I wanted to be I wanted to be military police like my grandpa was, and they were like, "No, you're colorblind. You can't be military police." I'm like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" And they were like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just go to boot camp." So I went to boot camp, and about 3 quarters. Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I thought the whole
About three
colorblind
quarters.
thing was a joke. I didn't realize you were actual
No,
colorblind.
no, I'm
Also, the
legitimately
light gray, medium
colorblind.
gray, dark gray joke is legit.
Well, I can see colors. I'm red green deficient, so like I can see
Okay.
colors, but we got thinking, your whole life you grow up and they're like, uh, huh. They're like, hey, this is pink. Then I'm like, okay, that's pink. But what I might see, and then what you might see it as. So I don't know. What is making noise?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
If I touch the desk the wrong way, it fucking picks up through my mic. I got to figure out a different boom.
Well, hang on. No, I think my AirPods just died.
Oh fuck.
That's all right. I'll just use the computer. You want to start over?
Nah, fuck it. I don't edit shit, dude. Let's keep rolling,
All right.
dude. No, people are gonna watch this and be like, "What the fuck is going on?" No, this is
This is
like the fucking
episode
first
one.
episode one of the TWC experience. No, this is going to be exactly like fucking the podcast me and you were talking about, where they're just fucking around with filters in their shit and couldn't figure out how to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
not doing nothing proper, dude. That's how I do so well with social media. It's low effort, high effort content, low effort editing.
dude, that's how everyone's like, man, how many takes does it take you to do these videos? I'm like, dude, I do one take unless I
If I
royally
fuck it up, it's
screw it
good
up.
enough.
I mean, I've done maybe 2 takes at the most, but usually it's one take. I'm done. Schedule is posted the next day. Like there's no effort.
Yep, 100%.
But
Every time I've tried to make a video where it's like I'm gonna spend all this time editing and clipping and like putting in these fucking funny, goofy things to make it funnier,
it's 500.
video's a flop.
Yep.
I put minimal effort into it, it does fucking well. It's like, all
Yep.
right, well, I'm done trying.
Yep.
I'm just gonna throw this out there and the people like it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. The ones that take me 30 seconds, make me chuckle a little bit, and I post, they go, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 views. The ones where I'm like, yo, I'm editing and I'm like syncing this and that and taking good angles, 1,000 views. Getting
Yeah,
nothing up.
100%. It's no different. Like my long form content does decent, but like I don't edit that. If you literally stare at my asshole for 45 seconds to like 4 minutes, that's what you're getting. I'm not editing
Mm-hmm.
that out.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
way too much. I would rather spend my time doing something else than fucking editing a video. I'm
Yeah.
putting this up there for people to laugh at and be entertained and hopefully buy some merchandise, but I'm not getting paid from this shit. So I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. So I'm gonna do as little as possible on the back end.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm trying to get more brands to work with me, but like everyone's like, you don't have enough people or you don't have enough followers or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I just do stuff to make myself laugh. To be honest, I just
100%.
a lot of it.
Yeah, no, everyone's like, oh, what do you use for this? What do you use for that? Like, dude, all my videos, 95% of my videos are shot off of a fucking iPhone.
Same.
And
Same.
then they're like, oh, what about the long form content? What do you use for there? I'm like, I don't know. I just spent money and kept trying shit until it eventually worked. Like I've spent fucking way too much money on this shit, and it's never like worked out in my favor to recoup.
Well, hopefully you're monetized on YouTube now, so hopefully you start doing some long form stuff, and hopefully you get some more interesting people on here. And
Wow,
I think it'd take
I
off.
think my I think I'm gonna do quite well with the podcast, mostly because if I can keep funny people on here, we're gonna do good and have some funny stories and conversations and shit.
Hmm. For
Like
sure.
I still love your story about getting out of the military and your first job at the shop. They're like, yeah, go grab that and put it in that truck. And, yeah, no, huh? Nice try, motherfucker.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, so back to how I kind of started, it was honestly like a giant accident that I became a mechanic. So, like I said, I wanted to be in military police, but I was colorblind. So I get out of boot camp, and they're like, "Hey, you're a Charlie Delta 3500 Charlie Delta." I'm like, "The fuck is that?" And one of the drone sergeants was like, "That's a motor T mechanic." And I was like, "A mechanic?" It's like I've never changed my own oil before. Like when I was in high school, my dad told me to go change my sister's oil in her Saturn, and I remember the filter was really tight, so I shoved a screwdriver through it and shredded it, so just the top was left up in the hole. And that was come to find out that was a transmission filter. It wasn't even the engine oil filter. So she had to take my mom's Corvette back to college that week so my dad could have the car towed and have it fixed. So when I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm a motor T mechanic." He's like, "No."
Lord help me.
I'm like, "Yeah, like legitimate. I'm a mechanic." He's like fix trucks. I'm like, "Yeah." So like I said, I went to the Marine Corps. I learned a lot through there, but there you do very minimal. We were just like a second echelon. We just changed engine oil in Humvees, 7 tons, changed tires, hubs, basic repairs. I think I learned the most after I got out and went to the oil field. So I was in the Marine Corps '07 to 11, and that's when DEF came out. So like I was telling you, like my first week in the shop, this guy was like, "Hey man, go grab the diesel exhaust fluid." I was like, "Listen, bud, I'm fucking new. I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go look for dumb shit that doesn't exist." And he looks at me, he's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, I'm not gonna go find something that doesn't exist. Like, I'm not an idiot. Stop." And he's like, "Come with me." We go around, there's a giant tote and it says DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. I was like,
Oh,
"What the hell is that?" Because
what's this shit for?
it
What does
wasn't
that do?
there. Yeah, we didn't use that in the Marine Corps back then. They didn't know nothing about that. So that was a culture shock for
Yeah,
sure.
emissions. What are those?
Yeah. But no, I think I learned most of my stuff there. I had a lot of really good lead mechanics, a lot of really good supervisors, shitty manager, but great lead mechanics. I mean, I had guys, they'd sit there and explain things over and over to me until I got it, or they would explain it different ways until I understood. And that really made an impact on me for how I teach new guys, how I teach people different things. I mean, if I explain something to you one way and you don't get it, if I explain it again the same exact way, you're still not going to fucking get it. Try and change it up and explain it a different technique or a different way helps tremendously.
So, what's one thing you learned coming out of the Marine Corps from those lead mechanics that helped you grow as a mechanic or technician or whatever you want to call yourself?
The biggest thing is looking up procedures. So the Marine Corps is very, very about standard operating procedures or SOPs, following the technical manuals, stuff like that. So there's times even today, working for a Komatsu dealer, like I've never done something before, but if I can find the information and the steps on how to do it, I'm fully confident I can tear anything apart, put it all back together correctly. I mean, there may be easier way somebody else might have found out that I would do my first time, but that's just a part of learning.
Nice. So, after you came out of the Marine Corps, you said you did the oil fields. How long were you out there doing that?
Let's see. I was in the oil fields from 2011 till 2018, so about 7 years. I worked in frac.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so I was a frac mechanic. So we did the hydraulic fracturing. After they drill the well, they would wire line it. We would come in, frac it. They'd wire line, frac, piggyback back and forth. I was all over. I was all over Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, North Dakota, Colorado, a little bit in Texas. I was traveling all over. I was gone 5 weeks at a time, home for a week. You're supposed to have been 15 days on, 6 days off, but we were shorthanded and we didn't have enough people, so you end up working extra. I mean, I remember in one year, I didn't have a check with less than 200, like 200, 205 hours on it for 2 weeks. We worked insane amount of hours, insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had a friend of mine that did the oil field in Alberta, Alberta there, and he was saying that 280 hours was common on a paycheck.
Yep,
And I fucking don't know how you do that, dude.
it was.
Well, I guess not sleeping is an option.
Yeah, well, when we worked out in North Dakota, so you'd yard up, let's say 4 o'clock in the morning. You would drive 2.5 hours to the site. The other crew would drive 2.5 hours back, take 12 hours off, drive 2.5 hours back, relieve you. Then you would drive 2.5 hours back and clock out. So you would start off, let's say you were day shift. Well, after a couple of days, I don't know what the quick math is, it's like 22 hours a day. You would slowly transition from days to nights,
The nights,
day.
back to days.
It was miserable.
Rough. So you were getting paid 12 hours on site plus 5 hours drive time.
Well, plus no, we would be on site 17 hours because you were on site while the other crew drove 5 hours round trip. So you would drive you would have 17 hours on the actual pad,
So
and then
a
5
day was
hours round.
22 hours.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, that was pretty wild out there. Typically, you average about 16 to 18 hours a day. Out there was a little different, just because I don't know if anybody was out in Williston area around, let's see, 2013, 2014, right before the crash. It was wild, wild west out there. I remember there's people at McDonald's. They were at McDonald's for like $22 an hour.
Yeah, I got a buddy that's in North Dakota, and he was telling me about the boom out there. And he was telling me you'd finish up work, you'd go home, you wouldn't even shower, get out of your coveralls, you'd just fall asleep on your couch for 15, 20 minutes. Your phone would ring and you'd be going back to work.
Yep. I remember
because the money you made was just disgusting.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember my best check ever take home. I made just shy of $10,000 for 2 weeks, and I was only making I think like $23 an hour, $24 an hour back then. It was wild.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was insane. I remember at one point we got paid. It was like $6,000 take home. My wife was like, "Why is your check so small?" I'm like, "What? It's $6,000. That's not a small check." She's like, you know what I mean? Normally,
we're missing about 4K. Did they short you some hours?
Yeah. Well, I was like, "Well, I had 6 days off on that one pay period." She's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." It was crazy. It was wild.
Insane. So after the oil fields, then you kind of went and stayed home?
Yeah, so I went to a Freightliner dealer. I wanted to be home more. At the time I had 4 kids. So I went to work for a Freightliner dealer. They were a Freightliner Mack Volvo dealer. And it was all right. I liked it there. All I did was diagnostics. So they'd pull a truck in, pull codes, troubleshoot it. If it was a sensor under warranty, I'd throw it on. Otherwise, it'd get sent to the back of the shop for one of those guys. And then left there. And then I came to heavy equipment because I've always wanted to get into heavy equipment, and that was always kind of my dream. I thought it'd always be cool and fun, which for the most part it is until you drop a belly pan on a dozer, and then that sucks. But
anything on a dozer fucking sucks, dude. Replacing a goddamn hose on a fucking lift blade cylinder sucks.
Yeah,
dozers are just not meant for fucking people to work on. Doesn't matter if you're a big dude or a small dude. Like, my buddy did bunch of work, like tours. Actually, a couple of my buddies did a bunch of tours up in Curl Lake, just northern BC or northern Alberta. One was with the shovels, and he goes, "That was cool. Like the shovels were designed to work on. There was platforms around the engine and everything that you could actually work on the big TC 8000s and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he worked on the smallest shovel they had. And it's funny. He said the mini machines on site were 400s. He goes, those were our cleanup machines. Those were like a little utility style machines, a fucking 470 or
Yep,
349 or
dude.
whatever was a utility machine. He goes, the smallest shovel we had was an EX 12,000, and they're like, it was just insane.
Yeah, it
But
gives
like
you
they're designed to be worked on.
it destroys your perspective because I was down at a gold mine about a month ago, and we did engine swap on a PC 4000, and you're crawling around this piece is 4000 all day long, all night long, and all of a sudden I look, I'm like, why do they have a mini excavator over here? And I look, and it was like a cat, what was it? A cat 339 or 360, whatever it was, and I was like, holy shit, that's not a mini, like. But it just looks so tiny compared to that 4000 I was staring at every day for 16 days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. Like the biggest for us down here is like, well, normal is a 470. One customer of mine has a 670. We parked beside the 470. He's like, all right, cool. There's a nice 350. No,
Mm,
no, that's just a bigger machine. It's just like shit.
yep.
Your concept of realization of what sizes are when you're working on bigger shit just goes out the window.
Oh yeah. So ever since I worked for a Cabelco dealer before I came here, and I remember seeing like an SK 350, and I'm like, man, that's a big excavator, you know. And then I kind of get used to that. You start working on a lot of SK 500s, and you're like, all right, the 500 is pretty good size, you know. Then all of a sudden you see some 850s, and you're like, oh wow, this is really big. The 350s aren't that big, and then you mess with like a PC 1250, and you're like, man, that 500 is kind of small, you know. It's
Yeah.
just weird how it throws you off like that.
Oh, it fucks you up pretty good. Like we uh we work on everything from like a seven. Sorry, I had a customer with a 17 or 301.7 all the way up to the 670. And your concept, if you don't work on like the different sizes throughout the day, or if you get stuck on a size and then you go to a bigger machine, it's just like,
Yep.
this thing's fucking massive. And it's just
Yep.
a 470.
Oh, you
I have to climb to get in this one. I can't just step into the cab.
yeah, exactly. You're working on like we do a lot with 390s right now. I do a lot with the bigger wheel loaders like WA 800s, 600s. You mess with those all day long. And then I'll go to like a WA 270, and I'm like, "Oh, I can just reach right up there and grab whatever it is I need, or I don't have to climb up 2 flights of stairs. It's kind of nice."
Yeah. Yeah, it's I had to work on one of my customers, they're a low bed company, and they were hauling in, I think it was a WA 3 or 4 WA 600s, and I hadn't worked on those larger wheel loaders yet. The biggest I've actually worked on, like consistently, was like a 644 John Deere. I've worked on a few 980s, but like like sporadic as fuck, and it was like more in the beginning of my heavy career, so like 6-7 years ago. I'm looking at these WA 600s, and the battery compartment is like chest height here. It's like, huh,
Yep.
it'd be fun to get these 8Ds out because they're all dead. So
Yeah.
that's when I threw my back out, swinging those batteries around, because it was the same time my crane was broken because I dropped the remote and it fell a foot off to the ground and fucking broken. Apparently, I don't know what the hell its deal was, but
Yep.
yeah,
That's like I've always thought
big
like
shit's cool
a cat,
until you actually have to work on it.
yeah, like I always thought like a Cat 988 was a big wheel loader. I'm like, man, that thing's massive. Well, I was at the mine. I seen was a 993, and I was like, it was parked next to a 988. I'm like, that thing looks like a little baby. It was
Yeah,
insane. I was
yeah,
like, oh
nice, cute 930 there, bud.
yeah. I was like, oh, that's just a little guy.
Yeah, I still like the new. I don't know the like the series of the cat loaders were always fucking weird to me. Like they're not like when I was working on the cat stuff, it was like E's and F series for the excavators. So I don't know the loader sizes, but like you see some of the new ones like the 960s and bigger, like they have that door pop switch from the bottom so you can climb up and not have to pop the cab as you're climbing into it.
Mm,
There's some cool technology into them, but at the same time, it's like, cool, that's just more shit to break and fucking deal with.
Yep.
Like, what's wrong with climbing up and grabbing the door handle and swinging it open? No, let's just add a switch that pops the door handle
Yep.
open.
And it'll probably throw a code if that switch goes bad.
And then derate it, yep.
And then it'll derate it for who knows what reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was doing a set of stairs, like just a ladder going into the cabin on 924, and it has the engine kill switch down there, or whatever the hell it is. The engine kill switch. I do the stairs, and all of a sudden the damn thing don't start. Plug into it with the loader or the laptop, and it's like, oh, cool, the kill switch is fucked. So you go to the bottom and unhook it and just tie the wires together so it can be completed circuit. And it's like, all right, or disconnect them or whatever, and it fires up. But it's like, you fucking seriously? I took the stairs off. I didn't even touch you, and you broke.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of shit that's just put on these things for redundancies is fucking stupid now.
Oh, it's just making stupid people. That's all it is. Like, I remember when I worked at
Is it making stupid people though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I worked in the oil field, we had guys, they would call me and they'd be like, hey, my truck's in a stage 3 triangle D rate. I'm like,
I remember this.
I'm like, the fuck is a stage 3 triangle D rate? And I'm like, is your truck like, are you making it up hills? Is your truck bogging down? They're like, no, man, truck's running great. I was like, okay, so you're not D-rated. Oh, yes, I am. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, if it's still driving just fine, you're not D-rated. Oh, I'm in a stage 3 D-rate. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? They can bring it to the shop, and on the dash, they'll have a little triangle with a 3 because the water and fuel, the fucking windshield washer fluid's low, and their ABS light's on. I'm like, you really? You brought it back here for that? I'm like I gave a whole presentation. Yeah, like I gave them a whole presentation to all these drivers. I was like, listen, this is what these things mean. My theory was the more educated the drivers are, the more better information we are going to get before we show up to a service call. No, it went right in one out the other, and they had no idea.
Dude, you watch it. The information goes in one ear, it gains turbulence in here, and then fucking flies out the other.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you can watch their eyes glaze over. They're like,
drool running out one side of their fucking cheek. Yeah,
oh yeah. Stage 2 triangle D rate.
Yeah, making shit up.
Mm-hmm.
That was my all-time favorite working with truck drivers. I don't know what it is. They're social individuals, I guess, and they just want to fucking talk to people, so they just fabricate shit to call people. And it's like, I don't want to. I'm not a social person. I don't want to fucking talk to you in the best of days. And now you're just making stuff up to talk to me. I don't have a conversation with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some drivers.
That actually brings me.
Huh?
That brings me to a question. Since you've worked with both operators and truck drivers, what do you feel complains more?
Oh, truck drivers, 100%, 1,000,000%. Because like
hands down, right?
So in the oil field, we used to have to deal with the DVIRs all the time. Have you ever you guys do DVIRs up there in Canada?
Visual inspection reports.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming out now with the e-logs.
So we had e-logs, but what they would do is they would do their pre-trip, and they would write up anything that they wrote up on their pre-trip. We had to have a work order associated with. Well, these stupid fucks would write up like, these cup holders suck. So we would have to have a work order associated with that going, no, they don't. They're fine. But like I've had drivers write up, my seat's not very comfortable. I need better cup holders, and the radio doesn't go loud enough. So they pull the truck in. Tires got the metal treads showing. Brakes are blown out. Oil leaks, seals blown out. But none of that was an issue. They were just worried about their seat and their radio.
Yeah, we when I worked for because I did 9 years working for a trucking company, and we would bring the truck in and we would do our inspection first before we would do their repairs that they complained about, the driver's repairs, because like if we find a safety defect that can be an issue on the road, we should deal with those first.
Mm-hmm.
We had one roll in where we had to do all the brakes in the trailer, airbags. It was like an entire day's worth of shit. And the guy was complaining that it was something stupid, like his turn signal lights would intermittently not work. It's like, all right, cool. So we would get through this stuff. We couldn't recreate the issue, go to work, the driver complains about the next day, and he's always pissed off about it. And it's just like, well, if we can't recreate the fucking issue, how do we fix it? Like, we tried. But now he's all pissy and fucking getting safety involved. And it's like, whatever, dude. It's just going to ruin your paycheck because we'll just shut the trailer down until we can recreate the issue or the truck.
Yeah.
Or we had one roll in, and it was dumping fucking coolant out of the rad. Like, I'm talking, like, sat in the shop for 5 minutes. There was about 6 liters of coolant on the ground. It's like, all right, well, that's a problem. We should fucking fix this.
Mm-hmm.
No, my seat doesn't go up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't notice the coolant pouring on the ground, or the fact that there's engine oil pissing out of the turbo, spraying on the hot housing.
Oh yeah. Now, did any of your drivers hot like 1 days, 1 nights?
No, they were assigned to their truck. They did not hop back and forth. You got a truck and that was it. No one else drove it. Unless, like, say you were on night shift and the day shift truck was down or vice versa, but you were assigned to your truck and your trailer. No one else really pulled anything else.
So we would have guys assigned to trucks, but like I would be assigned to the night shift, you would be assigned day shift of the same truck. Well, these guys would talk. So night shift would put a gallon of coolant in it every night. Day shift put a gallon of coolant in it every day, and no one would say anything until like a month later. And we've just ran like 60 gallons of coolant through the CGR cooler and the DPF and the whole nine before anybody even realizes it. Yeah. That was always fun.
We had one truck. It didn't run, like, because the company had local trucks and highway trucks, and one came back from a run. I'm looking at the reservoir and it's built fucking dry, and it's like, how the fuck is it not throwing a low coolant light? Go check the dash, light's not working. Okay, look at the dash again. There's a piece of fucking electrical tape over the light.
Mm-hmm.
Phone the driver. Oh yeah, that came on 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, it was speaking my eye water. I had cover it up.
Yeah, it was distracting. I couldn't focus on the road. How the fuck does an amber light down here distract you from up here?
Because they got ADD. They're like, oh, shiny.
Yeah, shiny. Into the ditch.
Yep.
So anyways, we start digging into it, and not only was the EGR cooler fucked, it was dumping into the base. So motor was just trashed. Yep. Wiped the bearings right out of it.
Yep.
So
people understand how fast that happened.
100%, man. And I mean, like, that actually brings up something I've been seeing all over the social media with this new technology about the coated bearings. And I talked to the guy that does them, and he claims that the coating on his bearings doesn't get wiped out by coolant as quick. So that's kind of a cool idea, but I don't know how well that lasts if you have a driver that's as intelligent as some of them can be.
I don't know. I don't pay much attention to that kind of stuff. I haven't heard anything about it.
I just see it. But it's funny how some individuals don't even, like, well, no one does pre-trips. Like, I'm guilty of it too. I don't even pop that on my Dodge daily. Might be when I have to jump start it because I left the inverter back on, even though I don't pull the dipstick out to check. There's lights for that.
Yep. See, it just makes lazier people. Like, oh, it'll throw a light if it's low on oil. It'll be all right.
No, it'll throw a fault code of low oil pressure, but I think it's too late at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Or what I love is when they have those lights and they just bypass them because they were like, I checked it once, it was good, but it had a light, so I just bypassed it.
Like, yeah, by bypassing, they put a Red Bull or not a Red Bull. My favorite was jumping the trucks and the ABS lights on. They just got a monster sticker over it. Yep. It's like, cool, guys. Like, how about you let me know about this shit so we can fix it so you don't need to go buy a monster and put the sticker on the dash.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, my favorite is, like, you'd see these guys, like, they, like, McDonald's there for a while. You'd have to collect the stickers and then you get your free coffee or whatever, the card.
Mm-hmm.
These stickers be all over the dashes of these trucks, and it's like, pretty sure the boss man would not appreciate the fact that you're just sticking stuff all over the dash of this truck, and there's like 8 inches of fucking dirt on the ground. Yep. Have you ever run into a piss jug in a truck?
No, but I got a guy one time. So we had a dirty Santa Christmas party, and I got a guy a pack of adult diapers. And he gave them back to me, so I just kept them in my toolbox. You know, you never know when you might need one. Well, I pulled the truck in. I was drinking a Mountain Dew that day, so I pulled one of them out, poured Mountain Dew in it, and as he walked by, I was like, "Oh my god, look at this!" And I pull out, it looks like a piss-soaked diaper. I was like, "This is disgusting!" And I threw it at him, and it hit him. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna fucking throw up. He's like, "Oh, oh, like you motherfucker!" Oh, he was so mad. That was that's the closest I've come, but I laugh so hard at that every time I tell a story.
So we had one of the trucks. I was in the it was a so we ran all Packard trucks, mostly Peterbilts. Had the odd Kenworth here and there, but it was all Peterbilts. This truck had a coolant leak, or not a coolant leak, an oil leak on top of the transmission. I don't know how the fuck this happened, but the bolts, like the through bolts and the shifter housing to the
Mhm.
transmission, those fell out. So the splash oil was just going to the bolt hole and out the housing. So I'm in the top side, fucking working away, like over the driver's seat into the tunnel housing, and the one guy opens up the passenger door and he's looking at what I'm doing. He goes, "That's the other mechanic." He goes, "Don't move." He goes, "You're about to knock over a piss jug." I was like, "What?"
Oh,
He goes, "Don't fucking move. There is a like, you know how the milk jugs, there's like the tall skinny ones, and then there's the short fat 1 liter ones, and the
mm,
actual like 4 liter big ones." Well, it was one of the short fucking fat 1 liter ones. He goes, "Don't move. Your elbow is like resting on this." I'm like, I thought that was just his fucking glove. So
oh,
he goes, "No, that's a piss jug, dude." So it was a chocolate milk one.
oh
It
my
was
god.
fucking brown. Like I thought this dude had like fucking serious health issues or something. So anyways, buddy like goes back to his toolbox. I'm frozen. Like I'm not moving now because I'm fucking worried about like this thing falling over. Like I can't see it because I'm my tunnel focused down the hole here and I can't see it inside the
Mm-hmm.
seat. He comes back with his really long like extendo needle nose plugs, grabs it, lifts it up, and he's walking around the shop like this, showing everyone this piss jug that he found. And I'm like, "Hey," I go grab my long reach ones. I grab it from him. And I go up to the office, and the driver's still there. I'm like, "Hey, this is yours." And I put it down in front of him on the desk, in front of the owner. I'm like, "You left your piss jug in the truck, dude." He goes, "Oh, I meant to throw that out."
Like, just
The
pull
owner
over.
looks at him and he
Yeah.
goes, "So now this is the part that really grossed me out. Um, he pissed in it while driving. How much piss was I lying in?"
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And I don't. We had to wear coveralls, so I always rolled my sleeves up to like my elbow and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact my arm was like running through his piss dirty floor. It's just
Oh,
like,
I
what
would
the
have.
fuck, man?
I would have just whipped it at him.
If he wasn't in the office, I would have.
That was what I hated that the most working on trucks was getting in there to get to the top of the transmission. I couldn't tell you how many times I've had like fingernails that people have chewed their fingernails and spit them on the floor, like stuck to my arm, sunflower seeds, chew, spit. Like I got to the point as I would open the door, I'd take the seat out, and I get a blowgun, and I would blow. If it was nasty, I'd blow it all back into the sleeper, over to the passenger side. I don't care. I'm not cleaning it. I'm just blowing it out of my way. Like that's just nasty.
Yeah. So this same driver had issues in his sleeper. Like one of the lights wasn't working and shit. And I'm just like, all right, cool. You can clean your truck up before I go in there. Because like
Mm-hmm.
respectfully, I don't want to go into your sleeper because it's where you sleep. But
Mm-hmm.
also, I know what adult activities you're getting up to in there. I don't need your fucking kids crawling all over me, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Fuck, this shit's disgusting. Like some people are just absolutely fucking disgusting.
Like I don't get how guys can just sit there all day long in a machine or a truck that's just covered in filth. Like, yes, I have a company truck that somebody else paid for. But in my eyes, like, hey, someone did me a favor and bought me a really nice, expensive truck. I'm going to treat it better than my own. I'm not going to let water bottles pile up. I'm not going to let dirty clothes pile up and food and all that. Like, I keep a trash can in my truck. I take it out. Sometimes it gets full, yes, but I take it out. Like, there's not piles of dirt and old food laying in my truck. Like, I get in some of these machines. I'm like, you spend all day in here. How the
Oh, I
fuck?
don't see it's behind the seat.
Yeah. Like, there's fucking, I
They
don't
just
want to
do it over
spend
the
5
shoulder.
minutes in there, let alone all fucking day.
I
Oh,
hate, absolutely fucking hate when you have to go behind the seat in a machine.
yes. Yep.
And it's not that bad. Like, it's just a bunch of fucking garbage, and it's not disgusting garbage. Like, most of the guys are pretty good about food waste. They'll take it out because they know rats will get into it and destroy their shit around here. But like that, we had a driver one day brought a plate, like a glassware, like dinner table plate, like you eat your food off of, like
Mm-hmm.
with KFC on it. Well, the plate sat under the fucking dash with a piece of chicken on it. He didn't retrieve it. Didn't tell us about it. All of a sudden, he had the foul odor in his truck. And drivers, like, I don't know what it is. They don't do nothing for themselves.
No.
Well, guess who had to go find the smell in the truck? So
You.
here we are looking for the smell. And we've narrowed it down to it's in the dash somewhere. Start tearing the dash apart and find out it's actually a plate of chicken under the dash. So
Oh,
we fished it out into the truck. Just throw everything into the garbage. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Like, there's now maggots on this fucking plate. Can I have my plate back? No. It's in the
what?
dumpster. Fucking go get it yourself. Yeah. I want this
Oh,
plate back. That was my wife's favorite plate. I don't care. Don't leave your chicken in the truck, asshole.
yes. There's a place I used to go to. They burn turkey litter. So like when they clean out the turkey barns, all that litter they burn it and create energy out of it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to see some fucking rats? They're the size of a small dog, and they cannot keep an engine. They can't keep a harness in a machine to save their life. These rats go
So
in there and just destroy them, and then they die. So you go to pull the cab apart. I got my shop vac. I'm just vacuuming up whole rats. Some of them are too big to fit through it, so you gotta like throw them off to the side.
suck it up and just
Yeah,
fucking shake it off.
yeah.
Yeah. No, my so we had that land or not landfill, waste transfer station job. It finally came to an end, thank fuck. But anyways, my one guy that came on me with that's my senior guy, and he's the senior guy, he's the oldest. He was telling me about some of the like the chicken barns and turkey and shit that he'd go to. Like, dude, you drop the side panels on these JCB telehandlers and shit, like they'd use it for pushing the fucking waste around. He
Mm-hmm.
goes, take the cover off, and he goes, you'd have like mice and rats falling out of the fucking side cover. It was the most disgusting shit ever.
Yep.
And he goes, they were supposed to decontaminate before we got there, but no one ever did it.
Nope. There's
It's
been stuff.
fucking gross.
JCB was the worst, man. I don't know if it's just what they make their coating out of and their wiring. I would go out there and I've replaced all three harnesses on this telehandler. And within a year, I would do it again. I told them, I was like, if you guys buy some mothballs, I'll dump them in as I'm putting panels on. And they were like, no, it's okay. I'm like, if you guys don't,
We'll just have you come back.
yeah, I'm like, just park them somewhere else. Pressure wash them out once a week. And they're like, nobody's going to do it.
Yeah. Like, we had were you on were we Snapchat friends when I went to that 225 that one night?
I don't
The
remember.
ground was moving.
Uh,
So I went to that transfer station and I rolled in and it had death issues. I rolled in and the ground was moving. And all the rats started scurrying towards like the fucking way station to drop in the fucking hole. It's like, this is fucking disgusting. I'm like, well, I'm here now. So I plugged into it and I started diagnosing it, and I felt this thing like weight on my leg. I'm like, what the fuck? I looked down and a rat this fucking big is climbing up my pant leg. I'm like, nope, shook it off and jumped in my truck and fucking left.
yeah.
Thanks to the
Yeah.
customer. The machine's still broken back in the daylight when the rats are not around. He goes, what? And I sent him the video. I'll see if I can dig it up and send it to you. But it like literally you rolled in and the lights came on. The ground just started running.
That's how this place
So
was.
this is fucking disgusting.
I worked on one JCB telehandler. It was at I think it was a butterball plant. But they pulled around for me to work on it, and it's covered in raw chicken. I'm like, you guys aren't going to fucking wash this off? And they're like, what? I'm like, there's like whole dead chickens shoved in here. There's like chicken meat and feathers like all over it. And they're like, no?
We'll wash it once, just gonna get dirty again.
Yeah, I'm like, that is just disgusting. That's some
Yeah.
nasty, nasty stuff.
When I first started, I was working for farmers, which wasn't bad, but like I had to go fix a tractor that broke down on this in a pit. They said, so I'm like, all right, cool. So go out there and blew a hose. So I'm pulling this hose out and I'm laying in this pit, fishing this thing out the bottom side. I'm like, who the fuck is poking me in the back? Yeah, it was the pit they dumped all the dead cows in.
Oh. Yeah, when I was at the Freightliner the Mac Volvo dealer, You ever seen
How many
those?
holes did you find in the floorboard?
Ugh, a lot, a lot. But
Fucking
the worst
disgusting.
trucks, they're old trash trucks that they would haul all the dead hogs in. Because in eastern North Carolina, there's a lot of hog farms. Dude,
Yeah.
you would pull one out to regen it, and I'd be like man,
What's wrong
somebody
with the
like,
bacon?
yeah, somebody like smoking a hog or something. And I'm like, what is that? And I started looking, like the above the cab would be like smoldering, and there'd be like a little pig, like there'd be like a little pig. Like my monster assistant had to bring me a new monster. But there'd be a little pig up there just like roasting away, cooking. It was it was still.
Disgusting.
Oh, there's a cab over too. She'd raise the cab up, and it looked like beef jerky just hanging all over everything. Like I wanted to, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Pull it all off, put it in a beef jerky bag, and put it in the break room and see how many guys would eat it. But I couldn't bring myself to do it.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
It'd be so gross. Like I'd probably beat someone's ass if they did that to me, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. It'd be fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of regens, I had one burn so hot on a Pete. Like, you've seen the new plastic ones, the 567s?
Mm-mm.
There's the bottom fender piece, like off the hood, that they call the fender extension. They got a plastic chunk at the top that says no step. I don't know why it's there. Fucking kicked this truck into a regen and it got so fucking hot that it melted that off.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wonder how plugged this thing was because I didn't check. I just fired it into a fucking regen because we did some repairs to it, and I always force a regen after doing that shit just to verify because like if it's not going to toss a code in a regen, it should be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So force the fucking regen, come back, and this thing is just melted off and puddling up on the ground. I'm like, huh, that got hot. I check,
Yep.
and the temps reached like 1800 fucking degrees on the inlet. I'm like,
Ooh.
yeah, that would have cooked some bacon real quick on that.
Oh yeah. I remember in the oil field we had a guy put a can of baked beans on one of the turbos on a frac pump to heat it up and forgot about it. Man, it exploded. We thought something blew up, man. Someone boom. We go running over there. There's just hot beans everywhere. We were like, you gotta vent it.
So one of my customers that we picked up when my most senior guy came on, he was telling me a story that the operators, they were old guys, so they'd take their fucking lunch and go put it on the manifold and warm it up. Well, this guy decided to do a can of beans one day, and it blew up, and it fucked a bunch of shit up. And my mechanic went out there when he was working there his last job, opens the engine hood up, pulls the fucking shrapnel can off, fixes the wire harness, lets the customer know, lets the operator know. The customer phoned his operator. He goes, so he goes, it's my $300,000 machine. It's not your $300,000 fucking oven. How about you don't cook fucking beans on my fucking turbo and
Yep.
wipe out the speed sensor and the fucking VGT harness, please?
Yeah.
I was hungry. I just wanted to warm my lunch up. He goes, yeah, cool. Just go buy a fucking warming tray for your pickup that I also provide you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could do that, eh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, people are idiots, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even like we said earlier. Oh, it just makes a bigger idiot or it makes people dumber. It's just like I think they're already there. It just makes them dumber.
It makes them live longer, honestly. Like all these safety
I'm a
precautions, it's just allowing them to live longer and create more idiots. They spawn more idiots.
yeah. I'm a firm believer of take warning labels off for fucking 72 hours, and you would have a lot less fucking retards running around.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like the whole do not wear a long shirt while running a drill press or don't stick your arm here in a lathe. Nah, let's just take those off and see how many people go. I mean, it makes a funny video when they get posted on the internet.
Now
Just guys spinning around lathe chuck.
I almost have that with myself. I just cut a bunch of my beard off. But I was drilling one day. I'm sitting there like, have my drill going, and I look down and my beard is just like flopping on the chuck of my drill, and oh shit, that would not have been good to just sit there and take off a whole chunk. I would have been that guy. Now I have caught it on fire many times, but
So I've done that, and fuck, does it smell for a very long time. I was doing a clutch break in a Pete one day, and the ear sheared off, and I didn't know the trick about the 3/4 inch extension. So I was up there with the torch, and you can't like when the torch goes up there, you can't see shit now, right? And I didn't want to get covered in melting grease and slag, so I kind of like was under the oil pan cutting. Well, I didn't realize the fucking torch went out, so it filled the whole housing full of propane.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, just relit the torch and stuck it back up, and the fireball that came out fucking singed my beard all off here, and there was just like scragglers and like it just looked like shit, and all I had was a mustache. And I'm like, huh. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking sitting and smelling that for the next fucking 6 hours of the day fucking sucked.
Yeah, it's like when last time I burned mine off, I was art gouging. I think I was cutting off a thumb pad to put a new thumb on. And I had my welding hood down, all of a sudden flames like shot up under my hood. I'm like, oh shit. I whipped my hood off. Well, it had burned. Like my beard was probably, I don't know, down to about here. And it burned all the way up to my chin and down. So I just had giant mutton chops. And it happened at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So all day long, I'm showing up to customers and they're like, what is this
What the
dude's
fuck
beard
happened
doing?
to you?
Yeah, it's like, this is how you walk around all day? It's like, well, no, my beard caught fire this morning. I haven't been home yet to fix it.
Yeah. My dumbest fuck up with a torch, aside from the bell housing story with the clutch brake, I was cutting off a cutting edge, just a bolt-on cutting edge on a big cleanout bucket. I don't know what went through my mind, but I took the torch from like here, like cutting that about waist height, and I decided to just put it down beside me. I didn't put it down beside me. I put it down towards the tongue of my boot.
Mm.
Lit my boot on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, it just melted all the laces and burnt the coveralls up to my mid shin. But yeah, that was the dumbest fuck up I've had.
I've had a good one with the art gouging rod. I was art gouging. I get done. I go to hang the cable of my welding or of the lead on the ladder, and I just dropped the stinger, and it swung down, stabbed me in the calf. But it went in probably about a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and then came out. But it was so hot, it just cauterized it. So like it hit, and I was like, what the fuck? And I look, I was like, it felt like 30 seconds before like it hit me, and I was like, oh motherfucker, that hurt so fucking bad. But it happened so fast, I didn't really feel it at first.
So I've got a good couple of fucking scabs on me right now from torch, and we had the customer that I work for, his detachable neck on his low bed trailer wouldn't come off. So I had to go and cut the linkage free because it's fucking welded in. What real smart idea. Anyways, the slag, I thought I'd kicked it all away, and I fucking went to lay down, and I fucking laid on it. You can't see on the camera, but it burnt probably an inch wide fucking round fucking hole through my coveralls into my arm.
Oh yeah.
That one fucking hurt. I'm like, oh, cool. That's gonna blister up real nice. Yeah, it blistered up, and I popped it in the middle of the night, rolling around in my bed, and woke up the next morning. There's just this shit all over my fucking mattress cover. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then all of a sudden, the pain hit me in my arm. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I know what happened.
Every time I art gouge, man, I got
fucking,
blisters all over my arms, legs, chest, back. I don't know how the fuck they get back there, but
yeah, I don't do a whole lot of art gouging now. But fucking when I first started the mobile shit, I was doing a lot of it because like I was trying to build a business. I'd do whatever the hell I could to get work, and I'm doing fucking like basic bucket rebuilds, like wear pads on the bottom and shit, and cutting or weld on cutting edges. So you'd art gouge everything off, and then you'd fucking go and weld it all together. And you finish up, and you're like, where'd my coveralls go?
Yep.
Like, they're fucking pretty much singed off, and it's like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, FR don't mean shit when it comes to that.
No, I don't know if you ever seen it, but I did that video on TikTok and I put it on YouTube too. I bought a brand new Snap-on grinder, like cordless one. Try it out. Biggest mistake ever. Fucking underpowered garbage. And I'm wire wheeling away, and I just wasn't fucking like I had a shit ton of stuff to do that day. So I was welding the cutting edge onto a digging bucket so they could dig for utilities and shit. And so I finished up. I had another machine to go to, and I had a hydraulic issue. So I was thinking about the hydraulic issue. I'm like, what the fuck could that be? And all of a sudden, like my grinder's stuck dead. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just felt this thud in my chest. I think it was like May, so it was kind of still like raining on and off. So I was wearing my coveralls, a thick hoodie, and a t-shirt. And the fucking grinder, I guess I went limp wrist and fucking just folded it over and it hooked the edge and just fucking whooped me right
Ooh.
in my chest. And I was like, yeah, just shredded the coveralls. Hoodie was fine. So I made a video of it, and I'm like, yeah, this is what you do to stop your grinder very quickly. And it just right in my chest, and it's like, ow.
Yep. Like, I'm done.
Trying to get the coveralls out of the wire wheel to get it
Oh
out of
yeah.
me was the fun part. I ended up just cutting it all out.
I remember I bought a wire wheel at Harbor Freight one time, and I put it on. I was like, why is everybody spending all this extra on everything else? You know, I'm getting the fucking cheap ones at Harbor Freight. First thing I wire welded, I just felt like, meow, and it was just nothing but pieces of wire pinning my shirt to my chest. I sat there with pliers and just like pulled each fucking one out. I was like, ow, ow, ow. Like, yeah,
So up in Canada, like I think I've told you, like explained the Red Seal process and shit to you before.
mm-hmm.
So like I did my pre-app. So that was kind of like you come in, you had 9 months. It was like another year of school after high school, and it was like you do this to like see if you really wanted to pursue this as a career. But I already knew I wanted to do it. And we were working on the shop, and I can't remember what I was working on. Two like hubs for a hydrostatic grader, like lawnmower kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like I felt this fucking whack. And like we had to wear safety glasses and shit. All of a sudden, I felt this whack in my forehead. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like I turn around and go flip my safety glasses up and it goes thunk. Like, what the fuck? Grab my phone and here's a wire wheel stuck in my fucking forehead.
Oh yeah.
And I look up, here's this guy across the shop wire wheeling away. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. So it was instructor walks out of his office, which I'm working right behind. I got these pair of pliers, like, eh. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I got a wire wheel stuck in my head. He goes, what? I'm like, I got one of the wires from the wheel stuck in my forehead.
Yep.
How the fuck did that happen? I'm like, I don't know. Your bench grinder's a piece of shit, I guess.
Yeah. I had that with a cutoff wheel one time. I was using a cutoff wheel. I'm sitting there cutting and the blade explodes. And I was like, whoa. I was wearing safety glasses. I was like, good thing I'm wearing safety glasses, you know? And I bend back over to put a new blade on it. And I'm like, I start to see like blood all over the table. I'm like, what the fuck? I feel, and one of the pieces went right in my fucking cheek. It was like stuck in there. So I pulled that out, started bleeding more. So I'm trying to get it to stop bleeding. I'm just like, what the fuck? I thought I was good at wearing safety glasses.
Well, you're supposed to wear a face shield, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I remember in high school, I was, as a senior, you would go and help like the grade 9 automotive shop guys, like oversee them so they're not like, there's another set of eyes for the teacher. And I was in there helping these kids, like showing them how to weld and shit. And they're like, yeah, is this a good weld? I'm like, well, if it doesn't break off, yeah, it's a good weld. So I grabbed the piece of steel, like farthest away, and didn't realize there was a burr towards my fucking palm.
Mm.
Grabbed it and whacked it in the table. And I'm like,
Damn.
pipe won't fall on my hand because the burr is like buried in it. It's like 3/8 of an inch long. So I pull it out and I'm just gushing blood. I'm like, fuck's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
Over at the sink, rinsing it out, and then we're trying to bandage it up. The instructor comes over, he goes, or the teacher comes over, he goes, what you do? I'm like, nothing. He goes, it looks pretty good. I'm like, yeah, it'll stop eventually. I got pressure on it. He goes, yeah, you might need stitches. And I'm like, yeah, might need and gonna get are two different stories. He goes, I like your style, but you probably should seek medical attention. I'm like, dude, we don't have a nurse in like, because we were running like a very cost-effective high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't have a nurse, so I'm not going to the hospital. He goes, all right, let me try this. I'm like, what do you mean try this? He comes back with super glue. Fucking
Hell yeah.
smears all over my hand. We push it back together. This shit burned like a motherfucker because it wasn't really medical grade super glue, but whatever. We got it stopped enough to stop bleeding. Then I went and played football or did football practice that day and fucking ripped it open again. My hand's just gushing blood. And it's like, fuck's sakes.
Yep. Yeah, there's been many times
Yeah.
I got stitches I never did. Be all right.
The only time I ever actually went to get stitches is on my pinky finger here. And the only reason I went and got stitches is I was cutting the insulation out of a welding cable. And I don't know why I wasn't using a pair of side cutters. I was using a knife, and I was fucking cutting, like, towards myself, like you're supposed to do, because, I don't have friends, so you cut towards your thumb, not your chum.
Yeah.
So, whacked my finger, I'm like, oh, cool. And it's gushing blood. I open up the cut. I'm like, oh, that's bone. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
The guy's like, yeah, you need to go get stitches. I'm like, yeah, let's try super glue. He goes, we don't have any. I'm like, go to the hospital. 7 stitches later. They're like, all right, so you need to take 2 weeks off and this and that. I'm like, all right, what kind of meds you prescribe me? Like, well, obviously just the antibacterial shit or anti-infection, whatever the fuck it is. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went and got those and went to work the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really wear gloves though all that often, but it is so weird wearing gloves with stitches underneath. It
Yeah.
just irritated you all fucking day long.
Oh yeah. I remember years ago we lived in an old house. It was like it was like 1904. It was built in or something like that. It was a cool old Victorian home. But my kids had broke one of the windows. And my wife's like, "We need to call somebody." I was like, "We ain't calling shit. I said, I'll fix it. You know, I'm a handyman. I'm a mechanic." So I go out there, and it's this big window, this big piece of glass above my head, and I'm trying to wiggle the broken piece of glass out of the frame. Well, it splits in half and comes down and hits me right in the forehead. And like as I look up, right before I get like covered in blood, I see my wife, like her face goes white. My kids start screaming, and it just covered my whole face in blood. So I go in the bathroom, get some toilet paper, wipe it up, finally see it. It cut me probably about 1.5 inches across my forehead. My wife's like, "We're going to the doctor right now." And I was like, "No, we're not." I held toilet paper over it for about 10 minutes. It stopped bleeding. I was like, "We're good." That should probably
Nice
should.
thing about fat guys. You probably should have went to the doctor, but we didn't.
Nope. Nope.
Nice thing about fat guys, we got enough fat in our blood that it eventually fucking plugs off the arteries
Oh,
and stops bleeding.
oh yeah.
Yeah. The so me and my younger brother got into a fist fight once. He caught me right on the fucking eyebrow here. Yeah, head wounds bleed a lot. I couldn't believe how much blood was gushing out of my fucking face.
Yeah, like it's so
Dad's like, you gotta
scary.
go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna be stupid and you're gonna get stupid surprises, you better just accept the stupid consequences.
Yeah. So you're always
So
talking about
as
me.
you're
Hang on. I want to know how did you get into being a mechanic? I'm gonna flip the
uh
script on you.
so it honestly, growing up, we mom and dad owned a trucking company, and then in 2001, my dad went bankrupt and lost everything. And then back in 2002 or 2003, he started again. So we were helping him on the side, like on the weekends and evenings, like fix the truck so they could go back out, because he couldn't have downtime. He was running a too small of an operation for the amount of work he had, and he didn't have the cash flow yet to buy more gear. So we were doing whatever we could to help him out, and I enjoyed it. I like pulling wrenches. Unfortunately, I learned a lot, but I learned it from an old truck driver. So like, it was always either the dumbest way to fucking do something or
Yeah.
the wrong way. Like, I'm never gonna admit that I did this, but like there was the one cardinal sin you don't do with wheel nuts that we were doing all the fucking time because we didn't want to fight them coming off again. And I learned like you just don't do that. You want a dry clamping surface. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm never fucking doing that again. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed because I always apparently as a young kid, like my mom and dad would always tell me I remember this one with a grandpa one day we were sitting at the table and he was showing off like knives and forks. I'm going off topic here, but I remember this of my grandpa because he died when I was very young. He snatched. I just got the decorative like fork in my hand. He goes, "Would you quit fucking with everything?" And ripped it out of my hands. Apparently, I fucked with everything at a young age. I would just constantly fucking take shit apart and then never put it back together. So I was really good at disassembly. Reassembly was always questionable.
Same.
So I always enjoyed it. But anyways, like growing up, I really enjoyed it when we were working with dad on the weekends and stuff, doing brake jobs and minor repairs and shit. And it's just all right, cool. I kind of want to do this as a career. So when I graduated high school, I tried to find a job elsewhere, and I was the typical like, my daddy owns a company. I don't need to fucking listen to you. So I couldn't really get a job that lasted very long in a lot of places. So I ended up working for my dad. And then I did my pre-app, and that's when I found like I actually really enjoyed this shit because we did everything. We tore transmissions down, diffs, engines. Like you got
Mm.
to learn a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, all right, cool. I really like this. So I did that, finished that off, tried to find a job elsewhere because my dad at that point had like a really good, strong name in the industry again. no one wanted to hire me. So I worked for him for 9 years. That's the low bed company I was telling you about, the heavy haul. And then I just got tired of fleet maintenance. Like, it was fucking boring. So I started, like, as my career, like as my schooling went along, I started doing more stuff in the shop and more shit. And by my second year, I was 23. I was rebuilding engines and transmissions and shit. And like, I really enjoyed this. So I
Mm-hmm.
pursued it heavily. And then I got bored at the 9 year mark. I had got offered, a really good family friend of ours phoned me up one day. He goes, "Hey, like, have you ever thought about going into a service truck?" I'm like, "Not really. Like, I'm happy where I'm at." And he goes, "Well, I need help." I'm like, "All right, cool. I don't know what to tell you. Go find someone that can help you then. I don't know."
Yeah. Yeah. No thanks.
And then he kept fucking hounding me, like, "You should buy a truck. You should come work with me. Like, we'll keep you busy and all this shit and blah, 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 blah." I was like, "All right, cool." So bought a used cabin chassis off of him because he had one just lying around. And then I went and bought a brand new service deck because I'm like, well, that's the expensive part of it. And I can always chassis flip it afterwards because I couldn't find anything good that was worth, like, everything at the time was still worth stupid fucking money
Yeah.
used. So I then went and put all that together. I phoned him up, like, "Hey, I got my truck on the road." He goes, "Cool, go find customers." Click.
Oh, damn.
God damn it. I guess this whole being in business for yourself is not as easy as everyone says it is.
Yeah.
So I pounded the road, just constantly phoning people, and like I didn't want to do trucks anymore. I wanted to do the heavy equipment side. And everyone I phoned, like, "Well, what kind of experience do you have?" I'm like, "I do oil changes, pull cylinders off, like, basic stuff." And like, "Yeah, we can too."
Yeah.
"What kind of quality do you have? Like, quantity?" Like, I don't know. So I had nothing.
I'll give you
So
service with a
a couple
smile.
customers brought me on. Huh?
I'll give you service with a smile.
Yeah, right. So I found a couple customers that kept me busy full time, and then yeah, I just kept getting busier and busier, and I started adding guys in 2025.
Yeah.
So I don't know, from a young age I enjoyed pulling wrenches, and that's kind of what got me into it.
Yeah.
It
That's like
was
I always love smashing things with hammers. Now that I'm in heavy equipment, I get my fair share of that.
yeah, I made a video on TikTok. I was in a machine. I'm like, "Oh, this would be a funny video," because I was reading the comment, and this guy's like, "Oh yeah, fucking hitting things with hammers is awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, until like 9 times out of 10, it's a great time. Until that 10th time's an ECM, and your boss man sure is pissed."
Yeah.
That was a true story.
Yeah. I can see that.
We were doing spring pins on a Pete, and I don't know how the fuck I did this. I missed bad.
Yeah.
Smashed the ECM on a cat.
Mm.
Yeah.
I figured you're just pissed off at it and smashed it.
No, 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 no. I was never that kind of guy where I just beat the shit out of random stuff with a hammer. I would beat shit with a hammer, but never like the expensive stuff. That one was a total fuck up. And then my other worst fuck up is I did a set of injectors and then a set of heads on an N14, and I somehow don't know how the fuck I did this. Cooked the ECM,
Damn.
disconnected batteries, did my work, reassembled it all, checked my timing. Timing was good. Fire up the truck, and it's like running on a miss. I got 3 dead holes. I'm like, what the fuck? So troubleshoot it. Injectors are bad. Okay, cool. Put 3 new injectors into it. Well, no, the injectors weren't bad. The ECM was fucking cooked.
Yep. I had that same thing on an N14, similar. I had a truck come in, it had a dead cylinder. I think it was cylinder 5. And I'm like, okay, it needs an injector. This was an international, so I had the dog box, had to pull the dog box, pull everything, get down to it. Well, one of the guys comes over, goes, "Let me guess, it's cylinder 6." And I said, "No, it's cylinder 5." He goes, "Oh, it's always cylinder 6." Well, I put the new parts in, put it all back together, fire it up. Still has a miss on 5. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I fucking replaced 6 and not 5. It fucked me up when he came over and said something. I was like, you fucking kidding me? So I had to tear it all back apart again, move that one back to 5, put 6 back in. And I hate working on it through a dog box too. That shit sucks.
100%. I've never had the pleasure of doing it, but every time I go into one of those trucks and I see the dog box there, it's like, I know what I'm not doing in this thing.
Yes, it's miserable.
Yeah, no. So I just had a good from a young age. I knew what I wanted to do. And that's actually brings up a good question. If you knew now what you know now, would you go back and do it again,
Absolutely,
or
100%.
would you choose a different trade?
I would 100% do the exact same thing I would do, but I would be one, I'd be smarter with my money when I was in the oil field. Two, I would find a dealership a lot sooner and go through their apprenticeship program and just learn as much as I can from some of these old guys. And I wouldn't try to be as independent as I thought I was trying to be by just figuring it out myself, which I think that helps a lot. You learn a lot more, I think, figuring it out on your own than someone telling you. But also, I wish I would have listened a lot more and just done it a certain way and then maybe did my own research later.
One sec. Um, so that brings a question I have for you. If you had someone young, because I get this asked this a lot now, I don't know if you do. Young kids constantly reach out to me like, "Hey, man, I'm looking at getting into this trade. What kind of advice do you have for me? What kind of advice would you share with them with your knowledge now?"
Um, my advice would be, like I said, find an apprenticeship program or anything to get your foot in the door, whether it's a shop hand, apprenticeship, assistant, wash bitch. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is, and master your task first. So if you're the truck washer, wash that fucking truck to the best of your ability, where no one will ever be able to say you missed a spot. Get that done quick and efficiently. That way, you still have time in the day when your stuff's done to help someone else, and you can learn more. You need to master what you're hired for before you move on. Like, I've had guys who were hired to be a shop hand, and then they're wanting to, hey, I want to learn how to rebuild this engine with you. I'm like, well, there's a lot of steps in between taking trash out and fucking rebuilding an engine. I was like, hey, next time I'm doing brakes, I'll help you. And they're like, I don't want to do fucking brakes. I'm like, you,
Yeah.
you have to know how to do brakes. Like, everybody starts off somewhere. Services, brakes. You will never be hired on somewhere and they're immediately going to be like, all right, here's an engine. Go do an in-frame. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
100%. And that's one thing I tell my young kids that work for me. The newest one, he came in with more, and I was very honest when I hired him. Like, these are your tests, and I laid everything out. And he goes, "Okay, yeah, cool, 100%, I'm in." I'm like, "This is what I'm going to be giving you for a vehicle too, like, because you're going to be like a P&D kid, parts to pickup and delivery." And he came in thinking he was going to do a lot more, and I said, "No, man, like, I'm not cutting you loose on tasks that I haven't done with you. One, because I want it done our way."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want my customers to know that I had someone green out there. I want him to be like, "Okay, cool, Tyler was here," or, he had one of his other guys, and they're all doing it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, like, you need to be able to do, doesn't matter what you're doing, if it's washing, painting, cleaning, like the basics of, do it the best you can, master that. And then when I see that your level of care is good there with mundane tasks, that, let's be honest, I would honestly, like, I've said this numerous times, after a week of troubleshooting, I would welcome an undercarriage job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, just be able to shut my brain off and just fucking just throw parts around,
That's why I love doing shear.
right? Like,
You don't got to think. You just
yeah,
get there and do it.
yep, right. So, like, you look at, everyone looks at what I'm doing now, and it's like, yeah, it is cool, but like the fucking headache, like that truck I was telling you about when we were doing the def issues on it. That one had me pounding my head against the fucking wall because, like, everything was testing out good, but it's like, there's a fucking problem here. Where is the problem?
Yep.
Harness is good. The pump's testing out good. It's creating pressure. There's no massive fucking vacuum and restriction. So it's like, where the fuck is the issue? So, like, you're pounding your head against the wall on shit like that, and they're looking at me, man, that'd be so cool to do. It's like, I would give it up.
Yeah.
I'd let you do this in a heartbeat, but you're not there yet.
Yeah.
I would take your job any day of the week, because sometimes this shit fucking it sucks.
Yep.
Like, being one of the best guys around is not always a good thing, because you're getting all the shitty technical jobs that you got to use your fucking brain on, where you
Yes.
really got to think. It's like, man,
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't good at my job.
Yeah. Absolutely. You get tired of going behind other people or Or when they do want you to go out there, 5 other people have already looked at it, and it's already a clusterfuck, and you're just like, okay, sure.
The parts cannon's been loaded up, and it's like, all right, cool. So like that's brand new, that's brand new, that's brand new, that's brand new. Oh, fucking blown relay.
Yep. I,
Like fucking it. I had this hammered into me in my pre-app, and my instructor did it because he'd go through before, like the day before, and create issues for us to go and find and troubleshoot. And he goes, and then the biggest thing, he wrote it on the board: KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
yep.
Just like fucking don't overcomplicate it.
Absolutely.
Start at the problem, work your way back,
Mm-hmm.
and check everything.
Yeah. Do I have
Don't think
power?
because, oh, that's not
Yep.
really
No.
part of the circuit. Like don't be like, oh, that's not really part of the circuit. That's not the issue. No, that is part of the fucking circuit. Check it.
Yep.
Like manufacturers have developed all these troubleshooting trees for a fucking reason. You're supposed to follow them step by step. Granted, I do skip a few steps and get into like, okay, cool. Like the def issue, for example, was like, oh, check for TSBs, check for input calibration, check for fucking def hose orientation correctly. It's like, well, no one's been in here before me, so that's not a problem. So like I'd skip to like step 7 and start actually troubleshooting because that's experience.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just like, yeah, you should be starting at the top and working your way down. But as someone green, like those are there for a fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just think, oh, I don't need to deal with that. I'm gonna go do my own thing. It's like, no, until you're good, you're gonna do everything along the way.
Yeah.
But like I did a job for a massive corporation, like massive, they're worldwide. They brought in a 349 336F into the yard here, and they're like, hey, can you look at this thing? It's got a lost regen code. I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, yeah, we've already thrown a def at, or ARD head at it. I'm like, so it's not the head. Okay, cool. Start troubleshooting it and troubleshooting it and troubleshooting it. It's like, okay, cool. So like I got power here, I've got power here, I got power here, but I'm losing it when it gets to the head. I phone him, like, dude, you got a bad head of the box. And like, no, it's brand new. I'm like, okay, so I went back through it and I'm fucking step by step going through it. I'm like, it's bad fucking head, man. Like, we're not getting a good ground through it. Because it was for the nozzle heater circuit. And I'm like, it's something's fucked here. So I'm looking at this thing. And I'm like, fuck it. There's another 336 in the yard. So I pulled the head off of that, put on this one, and it fucking passed the regen code, goes inactive. I'm like, hey, your head is fucked. And they're like, how do you know? I'm like, well, I just part swapped one off of a known good engine, known good ARD head.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we just put that on there. I'm like, it didn't fix it. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It's working now, and the code's inactive.
Yeah.
Put another new head onto it. Problem solved.
Yeah. And you always
Just
want
because
to.
you get new parts doesn't mean they're good.
Yes. But it's always in the back of your mind. It's like, it's new. It can't be bad.
Can't be the fucking issue.
But then you'll chase yourself around in circles for a week, and you're like, fuck it. Let me try and swap it out. You swap it out, you're like, you're kidding me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they parts candidate, they did a brand new fucking def ARD harness. They did a brand, like everything was brand new. I'm like, fuck me, like what the fuck? So I'm going through and troubleshooting. And I'm like, well, like maybe it's the ECM. So pin it out, the ECM's test and get it. It's like, okay, well then, because then there's a or ARD or like an emissions control test. The emissions controller, everything tested out fine. It's like, man, it's got to be this fucking head. But like, it's just that you got to go through all the steps in the troubleshooting tree to fucking get there. And that's what I try to tell these young guys. Like, it's don't rush your experience. Like, you don't have it, so don't rush it and think you can be better than where you're at.
Yes. That's like the other day I had one, but talking about parts cannon. So I show up, it had a VGT, what was it? Some sort of VGT code. But, and I'm like, all right, so what have you guys done? And he's like, we've put a turbo on it, a VGT actuator, an oil cooler relief valve, an EGR valve, what was it? And an oil filter. Because on these Komatsu, they're oil-driven VGTs. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I tee in. I'm like, okay, our pressure's like 0.4 MPa. It's supposed to be like 1.2. Like, so we got low delivery pressure. So I start going through, and then in conversation, the guy's like, I asked him, when's the last time you changed the oil filter? And he's like, oh, we changed it, when we started having all these problems. I'm like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, it was full of metal. And I was like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, like really bad. And I was like, do you still have it? Do you have pictures or anything? And he's like, nah, we threw it away. I'm like, all right, how long has this oil filter been on there? And he's like, I don't know. So I looked it up, and it was like 6 hours of runtime on this oil filter. So I'm like, let's pull it off and cut it open. Full of chunks of metal. And I'm like, no,
Bigger problem.
nobody thought about maybe looking into this before throwing all these other parts in it? And they're like, we didn't think it was that bad. I'm like, that's fucking bad. Like, it was chunks of brass, copper. I don't even know. I took an oil sample. We sent it out. I'm like, let's just hold off till we get that back, and we'll go from there.
We had a Cat 320 recently with like weak boom pressure, odd intermittent swing, and we troubleshot it on site, and I'm like, okay, well, like we gotta dissect this control valve, and I'm not doing it here because it's an environmental site, so we gotta pull it off. So I bring it back to my yard, and we're digging into it, and we're troubleshooting, and we finally decided to pull one of the relief valves out for I think it was the bucket circuit.
Mm-hmm.
It was stuck open, metal.
Yep.
So we cleaned it out. All of our pressure is back to normal because our pumps were activating at the same time. Like one pump was already stroked, and it's like, well, that's not fucking right, because we had two 320s we were like pairing to and checking pressures and everything on it. So it's like, well, that's fucking weird. Yeah. So I pulled the fucking K strain filter off the pump, cut it open. I think I sent you the video of that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just glitter city. Like I didn't even. I cut the filter open, pulled the top off, and I'm like, there's no point like checking these pleats out because there's fucking carnage in the bottom of the filter housing.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, that one's like foobarred. So it's just like, keep it simple.
Yep.
In the sense of like, we once we found the issue, it's like, oh fuck. But like, and this is one thing my buddy always says, like, it's gonna be something simple.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta find it.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, you are correct. It is gonna be something simple. We just need to find it. Once you find it, it's like, oh.
Absolutely. I like always try that.
Like we had that day that with the wire wheel where it hit me in the chest, that hydraulic issue was telling about, was on a 335F, and it was like randomly losing hydraulic function. So all right, cool. So we go out there, and I'm like, oh, fucking weird. Like, it's the pilot circuit's acting up, and it's got a pattern changer under the cab, and we flipped it back and forth, and it kind of came back and was running good. I'm like, that's weird. So I pulled a hose off the pattern changer, and like my fucking arm got covered in glitter. Like, well, prognosis has been found. There's no point in digging into it anymore. We need to get this thing the fuck out of here before it gets dead inside the tunnel.
Yeah.
So we haul it back to the yard, and we cut the filters open. All the filters are clean. It's like, what the fuck? Where'd this metal come from? Dig into it. Well, found out that it had a thumb cylinder failure, and it wasn't cleaned out properly, and it was trapped oil or trapped metal inside the pattern changer. But what it actually was, fucking, this manufacturer, the big yellow one, had a 90-degree fitting with a screen filter in it on the pilot circuit. And guess what it was plugged full of? Old metal. Well, it was so restricted that the pilot fluid would like kind of trickle through, and you'd get functions, and it would just die off, and then you'd lose your functions, and then it would shift the metal around, and you'd get flow again. Pull it out, replace the fitting to just a regular 90, and all the problems are solved.
Yep. Yeah, I've had those.
The machine's had no issues since then.
I've had those changeover valves fuck me up if they're just halfway turned. It'll do some crazy shit. I'm like, what in the fuck? And after like an hour or two, I'm looking around. I happen to check it, and I'm like, motherfucker, you go in and run it. Perfect.
I had a John Deere 135G recently do that. The guy's like, yeah, fucking everything's like slow. Like everything is slow, like incredibly slow. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, I just started it. I'm like, well, you guys run a day shift and night shift. I'm like, does the guy at night run a different control like pattern? He goes, yeah, he runs Deere. And I'm like, did you check your pattern changer? He goes, oh yeah, it's in the right spot. Well, they use like a roll pin as a stop, and they had smashed through it and had gone like a 180 past. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah, there it is. Like, I was there for 5 minutes. I ran into the issue before, so I pulled it back in the correct position. Like, well, that's Deere control. So I flipped it the other way, and it's back into cat controller in ISO. But it's just like, I didn't need to come out here if you would have fucking listened to me over the phone.
Yep.
Like, I don't ask these questions because I'm wanting to talk to you. I'm asking these questions to save me going out there and creating a bill.
Yeah. Yeah, I will always try to ask questions and be like, hey, have you checked this? What's this? Just either give myself more information or save the customer a bunch of money by being, oh, hey, it's this. Yeah, I appreciate it. No need to come out. Like, I'd much rather do that because that'll gain you more business than me just taking your money, showing up for a 5 minutes, charge you a 2 hour minimum for something you could have done.
Like you were talking about those level 3D rates on the dash there. The machines will pop codes, and like the deers are bad. They don't give you a description, but the cats do. Like what the code. I'm like, can you go in there and get me the code? No, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, okay, well, I'll explain to you. Oh, how to do it over the phone? Yeah, I'm not doing it. Just come out here. It's like it's an hour and a half drive for me to get there. Like, can you just like, if I need to bring parts, it'd be nice to know. Or if you can fix it on site, it's even better. Go out to the machine. Yeah, low coolant.
That is why
I don't know. I gotta shut it down.
I really like working for a Komatsu dealer because customer calls, hey, I got codes. All right, cool. Hang on a second. 30 seconds later, I'm like, oh, you got this. Cool. I'll bring a def header with me just in case. Might not need it. Might need it. Makes it really convenient.
Yeah, we went through a wave of def concentration codes on the deers and Hitachis. Then we got operators giving us the fault codes. It's like, yeah, we're gonna bring a header out with us. Well, it's probably not the def header. It's like, yeah, but it saves us the round trip back to the parts store to come back out. Go out there, troubleshoot it. It's like, yeah, machine's reading like fucking 16% concentration. Def's at 32. It's like header's fucked. So you try to, like on the Hitachis, you can, and the deers, you can usually my guy was telling me, like sometimes it'll get an air pocket on top of the lens where it reads it and it won't read properly. So if you just like track it around sight roughly, and it'll eventually dislodge itself and read properly again. So we go out there and try that, and it's like, oh, it's not doing it. So we're doing a header now. So I got smart with those though. After the old header came out, I would go and cut the ends off where the lines clicked on, and I'd shove shop towel into it, and then I'd JB weld the end over, and then pull the shop towel out as much as I can. So when you pop the coolant lines off, you just put these plugs into it.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I have to try
big
that.
brain moment, bud.
I know. I like that. Because I know, like on the Cabelcos, those ones sat usually higher than the coolant, so you'd pop them off, they wouldn't really leak. JCB, fucking garbage. Those ones at least had a rubber hose, you could pinch them off. Komatsu, man, they love to hide those things. They'd tuck them underneath 50 different covers. You'll have 38 bolts taken off just to get to the def header. It's like, this is not necessary at all.
Yeah, we did one on a case and went out to it. Same thing, def code. Got the code number from case because it wouldn't give you a description. Like, oh yeah, this is the code number. It's like, all right, cool. So like, I need a def header. Put the header into it, and so it's a fucking Isuzu engine into it, but I can't plug into the damn thing and use my MP Doctor to reset the code. So I had to phone my buddy to come up with his generic ass. Like, I think it was like one of those, not a diesel laptop. What's the other ones there?
I have a special
Chinese ones either.
I got a special hatred in my heart for diesel laptop. Customers will I'll go out there and with OEM software, and I'm like, oh, your fuel rail pressure's 500 bar, and because of that, it still won't start. Let's say you need this sensor. Well, then they'll hook up with their diesel laptop, and they'll be like, your technician said he was getting 500. I'm only getting 130. And he's like, I don't think he's right. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm gonna start talking to him, and they're like, oh, well, that's because diesel laptops in PSI. I'm looking at bar. Like it's 16 to 1 here. It's a big difference. And it's just, I've had so many issues, or they're telling me it's got these codes. I go out there and hook up. It's completely different fucking codes than what diesel laptop had said. And then they don't want to believe me when I tell them it only needs this. They're like, we think it needs more. I'm like, I can put more on there if you want. Like, I don't know what do you want from me? Like, you called me. Like, I'm telling you what the JCB software is saying, what needs this on this JCB. You don't want to do it, don't do it. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's your money, not mine.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got a firm belief of this. I will take as much money as you're willing to give me, but I don't want to take all of it because you still need money to operate. So if I can fix it more cost effectively for you, or like because I'm not like if we go in for a rebuild, for example, we're doing a file drive right now on a D65. Talking to guys like, oh yeah, you gotta do all this shit, and it's just well, all that's fine. Yeah, but you should just do it anyways. What the manual says to. Well, the manual doesn't fucking say to do that. I have the manual. Like,
Mm,
what do you mean it says it to do that? Well, like on a Hitachi, it says to do that. Well, I'm not fucking working on a Hitachi. I'm working on a Komatsu.
mm-hmm.
Totally different.
Yep.
Well, like, do you want the peace of mind? It's up to the customer at that point. If he doesn't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. It's his choice. It's his machine. It's his money. I'll
Yep.
spend what I need to and advise them of the rest. If they say no, it goes on the work order that the customer doesn't want to do this, and I will agree with them. If I don't need to, I won't push for it.
Yep. I'm doing an HST rebuild at a D61 right now. Fun times.
Yeah, that sounds really cool until you get into it.
Yeah. Yep. Started that Thursday. Probably take me the next week or two.
Now, when you say HST, is that hydraulic and transmission then, or is that full?
Full. So we're doing the pumps, control valves, all the motors, all the lines, every O-ring associated with everything is getting replaced. Like I'm going to pull the motor. I'm pressure washing the entire belly out. We're replacing final drives, the whole nine. Everything on that hydraulic system that touches is getting replaced.
So, what sparked it? The rebuild? Is it age or is there component failure?
So it's a very, very, this is a weird one. It's a very beginning of a component failure. The oil samples the last two samples started to skyrocket, and they feel it's the finals. The hydraulic oil is leaking into the finals. Now the finals are pushing back into the hydraulics, and it's like it says, it hasn't catastrophically failed yet, but it is like at the cusp of it. And with the hours on it and all that, customer, it was just like, let's just rebuild it all.
It's D61, so that's like a mid-sized dozer then, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So still small enough where it's awkward to work on.
Yeah, once you get the engine, once you get the hood off, cab off, it's really not bad.
Is that cab, can it tilt or do you got to lift it right off?
You got to lift it off. It's really not bad. It takes one person about 2 hours. You can have the cab off. I do
That's not
wish.
bad.
What are they? Deer that tilt back?
Yes, not all deers.
Oh.
So the 750s and up tilt back. That 700 I was working on
Mm-hmm.
does not.
Oh
So did I ever tell you what I found on that one?
no.
So we were out to it and it was a crank no start. It'd crank over great and like it was fucking weird. Like I told the customer, like he goes, yeah, we put fuel into it, and then all of a sudden this happened. I'm like, all right, well, like check that you don't have a restriction in your feed system to the filter and all this shit, and make sure the lines are clear and all this stuff. He goes, yeah, we blew everything back, and we're getting good flow, and now we're not like it still won't start. It's like okay, so I go out to it, I take the line off the fuel filter housing. I'm like, it's just a trickle. I'm like, that's not right. Pop the cap off. Well, the cap's creating a suction. Now all of a sudden it's just piss and fluid. I'm like, all right, cool. So try to fire it with the cap off, won't go. So I climb back up this fucking 70-foot hill, grab my laptop, go back down, plug into it. And I will give East Texas Deer guy Justin
Mm-hmm.
credit for this one.
I love his video.
I phoned him. I'm like, hey, he's fucking awesome, dude. So I phoned him. I'm like, yo, hey Justin, like I got this like crank no start. And I've gone through the entire troubleshooting tree. Like it's telling me like I found the CAN bus fault that was fixed. I checked my air inlet valve. That's flowing properly. My EGR is flowing properly. I disconnected the fucking exhaust with the turbo. I think we got a restriction to the DPF. Like nothing. He goes, "What's your rail pressure?" I'm like 32,000 psi. He goes, "Have you cranked it yet?" And I said, "No, that's like when I first got there in the morning." He goes, "Unplug your rail pressure sensor. Fucking crank starts, shuts off." He goes, "Your rail pressure sensor's fucked."
Hmm.
It's seen that it has more like it's way too high a rail pressure because 31,000 is the max. He goes, if at 32,000 it won't start. So fucking unplug the rail pressure sensor, fire a new one, and thing fires up and runs great.
Hell yeah.
Not in the troubleshooting tree for a crank no start.
Nope. Absolutely not. You always
It
have
is.
them curveballs.
Yeah. So I have a question for you on this one. You brought up like getting as a young apprentice getting into it and wanting to go to the dealership.
Mm-hmm.
I have the exact flip point option of that. I suggest them to go to like a contracting company, like like a company that does like civil work and shit like that, that
Hmm.
has a variety of stuff to work on. That way you can see everything.
Yeah.
What is your, because you are a dealer mechanic, what's your true opinion of dealer mechanics?
I think it's just like everything. You have some good ones, you have some bad ones. I've seen a lot of it where I don't, guys will get bad habits and want to hold on to those bad habits. Well, at deer, we did it like this, or at cat, we did it like this. Like, okay, well, we're not there. I mean, the industry standard, honestly, is follow the specs. There's torque specs for everything, there's tolerances for everything. Look in the manual. Like, I don't care how you do it, just look in the manual. Whether you're working on a Komatsu, a Kobelco, a deer, a cat, it's all the same. But there's a lot of guys that are just stuck with, they learned the wrong way and it's stuck in their mind to keep doing it the wrong way. That is why I try to get guys to go. I would rather see someone go into a dealership first, get the experience, learn how to find the technical information. Because what sucks is that at a like a contractor level, you're not going to have access to a lot of that. So if you're rebuilding an engine for the first time, you're relying on Jim Bob Joe to fucking explain to you how to do it, that his dad explained to him, and then his dad explained to him, and you could be doing it totally fucking wrong, but you have no idea. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm a firm believer of go to a dealer first, and then if you want to, by all means, go out on your own, go to a contractor. I mean, I feel as a contractor, I would want to hire prior dealer techs. That would be my number one goal. I'd want to, if I had a variety of equipment, I'd have a cat guy, a Komatsu guy, a deer guy in a heartbeat. And I'd pay them top tier.
No, the only reason I asked that is because I've worked with wide variety of deer, Hitachi, and cat guys now, and a couple of Komatsu techs. When I first started in my career, I had dealer guys like up here on this podium, like they're the
Dang.
best of the best. They have access to all this training and information, and that they're just top tier. Now I've worked with lots of guys that were top tier.
Mm-hmm.
I've also worked with a lot of guys that I've had to show them how to use their fucking laptops.
Yes. You have a lot of the lazy guys who they want to call tech support and be like, I have this code. And they're like, okay, it's usually this. Okay, cool. And they just order that part. That drives me insane. Like, you got to put in a little bit of effort. If I call tech support, I've been there
Exhausting your
4 or 5
eyes.
hours. I'm at a point where I just either don't have no idea, or I'm like, I'm fairly confident this is it. I just want a second opinion. You know what I mean? It all
Yeah.
depends on who you are,
Well,
what you put into it.
yeah. And that is the one positive of the dealership levels. You do have access to the tech support. You can phone them and they've seen all of the TSBs or warranty cases. Like, oh, you've had these symptoms, you've had all these findings. This is what it's been.
Yep.
You're on the right path, which is good. I wish I had access to that, but my opinion of dealer guys is just there's a lot of them that like they act like they're up here
Yes.
when they're not.
Oh, when I first
That's
came
why
to
like I tell guy, pardon?
dude, that's when I first came to a dealer. I was like, man, I'm nervous. I've been a mechanic for a while, but I've never worked for a dealer. These guys are gonna be fucking good. And I show up and like they're dumb just like me. I'm like, fuck. Like, okay, this won't be that bad, you know? And like I said,
Yeah,
it's all what you put into it. There's good ones, there's shit ones, there's plenty of shit ones.
yeah, yeah. No, like I've had my fair share of like reworked. Like I mean, the one guy I got spent 40 years working for Hitachi. He's really good. Like he has taught me a lot. I've worked with guys that have got 15 years working for like the cat dealer, and they're good because they've gone on their own and they've been successful. So like I phone them for help all the time. But then you get the guys that are still at the dealer and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a cat mechanic. It's like, buddy, I just helped you figure out how to fire up ET.
Yeah.
I just showed you how to find the fault codes and you have an attitude that you're better than me.
Yes.
The only reason you're here is because at the time I didn't have a laptop and it's like I needed you to plug in and tell me what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we had a ZX 470-6B imported from Japan, landed here, so gray market machine. my laptop wouldn't connect to it to be able to turn on the pumps, like the to register the joystick so that when like your pump would idle up or your engine would idle up when you sense the load for the auxiliary circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So we brought in the Hitachi dealer, and the guy didn't know what the fuck I want turned on. He goes, "So like, what are you wanting done here?" I'm like, "I need you to do this, this, and this." He goes, "Yeah, I'm not seeing it." I'm like, "Give me your laptop." He goes, "No, I can't do that." I'm like, "Dude, just give me your laptop. I've done this before on the older machines. I know what I'm doing." So I turned stuff on, and then like he goes, "So what did you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I can't tell you that. That's trade secret."
Yeah.
Well, like, can't you help me? I'm like, "No, you had an attitude 5 minutes ago. Fuck off."
Yep. Absolutely.
Like, I'm a firm believer of not everyone knows everything. And
Mm.
if you do know everything, you're so self-conceited that you're not willing to open your eyes and realize that there's more to learn.
Yeah.
And the day you claim you know everything, or the day you no longer need to learn everything is the day you're dead.
Yep.
Because there's no point learning more because you're fucking not around.
And you can also learn,
But everything changes. Pardon?
but you can also learn from everybody. I've learned from fucking guys who've been in the industry 6 months to guys who've been in the industry 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think my way is the only way of doing it. I feel that I can learn from a lot of other guys, and I've actually shown guys have been doing this a lot longer than me how to do things because they're like, "No, you can't do that." And it's like, okay, now you've told me I can't do it. I'm gonna try my damnedest to do it, and if I'm unsuccessful, it's my time I'm eating,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's like, you don't tell me no. It's impossible. I've made a very good career off doing the impossible,
Yeah.
and I've shown older guys, old dogs, new tricks, and they're like, "I didn't know you could do that." And it's like, well, you've shown me a lot, and I've had to learn because no one would fucking help me. So it's like, gotta try it,
Yep. Absolutely.
right? Thinking outside the box is a wonderful thing. So, but I guess you got to get going here pretty quick, eh? Or is your
Yeah.
wife thought hounding you?
Yeah, I think my wife and kids they're wanting to grill out tonight, so
Oh, what are we making for dinner? I'm on my way.
I think I'm gonna do some grilled chicken, asparagus, and corn on the cob.
Oh, some nice asparagus.
Hell yeah.
Nice. It sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love grilling. I love food. I'm just fat. I love food.
Yeah, me too. I fucking had lunch, passed the fuck out on the couch, and then woke up and was when you're like, I'm ready now. I'm like, I just got to go deal with something first. I woke up and needed real bad.
Yep. I was talking to my wife. I was like, all right, like you have like an hour and a half, 2 hours I can slip away. She's like, yeah. I was like, all right. That's why I texted you. I was like, no. I was like, where am I gonna set up at? So I go out to my garage, set everything up, and I'm like, it's hot as fuck out here. I was like, I'm not doing this. So I came up here to the bedroom. I was like, fuck it, this will work.
Yeah, fucking, I set this up in my like far west side of my house, and I'm like, all right, we're fucking balling. I'm like, I got no Wi-Fi over here. What the fuck? So I went out and drug the Starlink from one end of the house to the other, and it's like I got to put that back so when we play Call of Duty later, I got fucking good reception for that. But it's like, God, fuck.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm like, hang on, my truck's parked right outside the fucking window here. So I hooked up to the fucking truck Wi-Fi off the Starlink for there. I'm like, yeah, this works way better than moving the fucking shit around all the time.
Hell yeah. Kill the spider.
You're a horrible person. How dare you kill an insect? You make yourself fucking feel very superior than them.
It'll be all right.
But any ending comments you want to make for the young kids or fucking even the old guys that think they know everything?
For the young kids, I'd say shut the fuck up and listen. If someone says, hey, you're doing this wrong, you should probably do it like this. Don't be like, oh, fucking no. Just fucking do it. Just do it once this way and then make your own choice after that. And for the old guys...
My one...
Huh?
Never mind. I'll let you finish first.
I said for the old guys also, shut the fuck up. If you're seeing someone about to break something, let them fucking break it because then they'll learn for next time.
100%. You learn more from your losses than you do your wins.
Yep.
And I've learned that through my career is like then like an easy win. It's like, oh yeah, fucking you forget that. It doesn't stick with you. One that kicks your ass, that one will stay with you.
Oh yeah.
Like Mario Andretti, I learn more from my losses than I do my wins.
Yep.
And that one sticks with me. The jobs that you either don't finish and someone finds it for you, or the jobs that absolutely kick your fucking ass, you learn a lot from those than you do your fucking walk up there and it's like, plug into it and say, "I need the death head." You're not really learning at that point because you've done it so much. It's the ones that kick your fucking ass.
Oh yeah, the ones you battle and break
Get that truck.
bolts and all that. You'll remember that
Oh
motherfucker.
fuck. My all-time favorite is with the two young kids looking up to me. I broke a bolt. Cool, go extract it. Yeah, I tried. When I hear "yeah, I tried," it's like, no, it's just bad.
Yeah,
What have you got stuck in there? I don't know. Two drill bits and an extractor.
yeah.
How?
That's always fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll end this on that note and let you go to grilling.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I appreciate it. Hopefully, this is the first of many Tylor loves
Yeah. Well,
experience.
Tyler loves Corey. Yeah, it's a
Yep.
TWC Experience podcast. I didn't want to call it TWC Mechanical. I want to be able to invite lots of people on this from different walks of life. But apparently, it's Tyler loves Corey.
Yep. That's what. Honestly, I mean, you don't have to make up a reason, something else. You can just say, yeah, that's what it is.
It's not my initials or nothing, right?
Mm-mm. Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to end it on my favorite line, and y'all have a great day. And remember, God loves you because that's what he does and stuff.
See you later.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.